Action.
Action. So, there's a reason why we do that. Do you know why they clap?
They have that clapboard to know when to cut the film off when they were filming.
Well, when our editor at Night Fox Animation is trying to match up the video with the audio, he can see when the clap is coming and match it with the peak of the sound. And that's how Gabe does it. So welcome to another Amundson Family Podcast. It seemed like it's been a month since we've did one. I can't see, it's so long I can't even. Been here and done that. We've missed at least two.
Oh, we're not sure what number we're on.
So there you go.
Less than 30.
I think so. Yeah. I don't think we're at 30. So we generally have one come out on Wednesday and on Saturdays. Well, a couple, like last Friday, today's Friday, for all those who don't know. Last Friday, I had a medical exam, an appointment in regards to my immigration, and I had to get a certain shot, which I had tried to hold off from doing, but finally immigration required me from doing it to do it. And so I did it. And the next day, I felt awful. It's like, you've heard the term, felt like you're being run over by a truck.
A truck hit you.
It really did feel like I had been run over by a truck. And I haven't felt right since. And then I had to go get another shot yesterday. And
Hepatitis
B, yeah. And so immigrating to another country, even if it's one just to the south of you, it's a little bit of a rigmarole, but that's the reason I did it, sitting right over there, that beauty of a girl there.
Southern Belle.
I had you in Canada for 20 years.
21
years. And then we decided that we would move down here to be closer to your parents. And it was the right thing to do. Still is. Even after getting poked and prodded and filling out forms. So just to back up, Christina and I met in 1999. Summer of 1999 in Canada. And I convinced her after a few months to come back to Canada to see how she would like it. And we're not going to get into that end of it, our marriage story, but that was a story in itself. I convinced her to come back even in the winter to see if you'd like it. Well, anyways, we ended up getting married.
And I wasn't coming for the presents either. I was just coming for the adventure.
Adventure is still your middle name. I might have changed your last name, but I did not change your middle name. Christy Adventure Amundson. So we lived in Canada in different places for, like, say, 20 years. And
together in different places.
Yeah.
It sounded like we were apart.
Oh, no. Our family moved.
Yeah.
We were in, of course, Park Valley, Grand Prairie, Park Valley, Grovedale, North Battleford, back to Park Valley, and then now Shakota, Oklahoma. So officially today, I had my final interview with, do you call it?
Homeland Security.
Yeah, like what do you call it? It's USCIS. USIS?
Yeah, USIS.
USIS. I had my final interview. Both her and I went into Homeland Security.
United States Customs and Immigration Services for all of you inquiring minds.
And you know what? You hear lots of bad things about our United States immigration, but the folks that were interviewing us today, top notch. I mean, they
love
made
their jobs, love people. We're very welcoming. If I was an immigrant from a different country, a different culture, I would have felt so at ease.
Yeah.
And you had already spoken to the woman before when you had your biometrics done.
She had taken my fingerprints, yeah.
So what did you think about her then?
You
Same
know what?
impression?
I knew that there was honestly, I don't know if she's watching. I'll bet you that she's a believer.
Just had that
Just
joy.
had that joy and air about her that she had a confidence in someone bigger than herself. And just the way anyways, I know we're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but I think she was a believer. So yeah, and I remembered her again as she interviewed me today. And the questions they asked, so back up. So today was the final interview in the green card process.
Yay!
Now I've yet to get it in the mail. When I do, I'll let you know.
We'll take a picture.
Well, because I have a question. Is it actually
Is it
green?
going to be green? I knew you were going to say that.
So I'll take a picture of it and I'll let everyone see whether it's green or not.
We should research, and find the background of why it's called a green card.
I don't want to know what color it is until I open it up in the mail. Okay.
After you get it, we'll research it and
So
we'll let you
COVID
know.
started in end of 2019 into 2020.
We didn't hear about it until 20.
And we knew change was I felt change was in the wind in regards to our family. I knew at some point we would probably make a move down south. I had no idea whether it would be when we were retired and all the kids were out of school. But come 2020, I just felt there was something in the wind.
Something brewing.
And so ends up Sonora. She had just graduated school in 2020, and she moved.
She had that itch to move.
The Amundson itch.
Her wings were unfurling.
So with you, adventure being your middle name, and Amundsons are a seafaring, adventuresome, exploring type. Like, what have we done?
Yes.
Like, what have we made here? So Sonora, as soon as she graduated, she went down south but with her grandparents to live and just start a new life for herself.
She thought about Toronto, but at that time, COVID was in its peak.
Canada was really restricted.
When I was in Toronto, you are shoulder to shoulder with people, a lot of places.
Yeah, so she came down to Oklahoma where no one cared. Very few people cared. Maybe the government buildings and things like that. But other than that, it was pretty open.
No, we never had a mask mandate in this town anyway.
So she moved in end of June 2020. And in July, we made our initial application to start the green card process. It was called an I-130, where you would sponsor me as, being a spouse, as an American citizen. You would sponsor me to come and get my green card.
Wasn't that July 29th of 2020?
Yeah.
Something like that.
So from July 29th to June
2nd.
So what's that, 34, 35 months?
Yeah, 35.
Of waiting.
34.
Of fees upon fees, applications upon applications.
Contacting senators and
Oh
representatives.
my goodness, what a...
Well, we didn't have to hire a lawyer.
No.
That was our saving grace.
Tell them about... Well, I guess I'm the one who found... For some reason, we found out about...
You can give me the credit, though.
Okay, for some reason, Christina found out about an organization called the American Dream Center. And they have helped... And, it's on a pay scale, so it depends on how much you make. Musicians like us, we didn't have to pay.
No. So if you have some extra cash lying around, you'd like to donate it to a really good cause, the American Dream Center. They make dreams come true.
After you subscribe to Amundson Family Music Patreon.
Of course.
And our Facebook. Then you can donate to the American Dream Center, because everything they did, it just made me feel at ease. They took the burden from us.
You certainly did.
And the fruit is it worked. And you know what? I have a picture of it on my phone, which is being used to videotape, but they had scriptures all over their walls at the American Dream Center in different languages.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I took a picture of one in Spanish so that you could read it to me. I love when you speak Spanish.
I sure will. Se habla español. Oh, wait, we're getting
What would you like, hon?
Message.
Talking about what you guys were talking about not at the Dream Center place, but remember when you and me and Dad and the boys went to that place, and when we met that guy from Toronto who moved here, and he's trying to get his green card too.
Oh, the dancer man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you didn't hear this. So we get into Homeland Security, we go through security, and we get brought to a waiting room. And beside us, 2 chairs from me in the waiting room, there was a lady there. Guess where she was from?
Toronto.
Saskatchewan.
Really?
Yes. Now,
Wow.
she moved to Texas, United States,
She's a traveling nurse.
35 years ago. But she was just now coming in to get her citizenship. So, yeah, we practically knew each other. She was from Saskatchewan, a farm girl.
Brenda. Hi, if you're
Hi,
watching.
Brenda, if you're watching. It was so nice to meet you.
And who did she run into?
Who did she run into?
Yeah. Remember?
Me.
Well, us today, but
Oh, she married a
previous-
hockey coach
yeah,
from Saskatchewan.
From Saskatchewan.
Yeah. So anyways, it was quite a day. So praise the Lord. I've got my green card coming in the mail. And it's been quite a process. But it was worth it. I think I mentioned that. So
It sounds like you're trying to convince yourself.
oh, John, it was worth it. It was worth it. So the good thing about getting the green card is I had already had a work visa. So I was able to work. But now with my green card, I can actually travel back up to Canada legally and safely. And they'll let me back in with my green card. And so I'm going to be booking a ticket or a drive back up to Park Valley as soon as I can. I can't really go until later in the fall, but I mean, I'm going to plan for it.
Unless we have a forecast of rain for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Anyways, I guess I thank the Lord that everything went as smooth as it did, even though it took a long, long time. I don't know how many people have said to me, oh, I guess you should have just gone down to Mexico and snuck up through the border, but we won't get into that.
And paid the cartel instead.
So you know what, we pray for our government here, your government here in the United States, because they have an awful problem on their hands, and we just hope that they can get it cleared up. Now, you're off of school now. How does that feel?
I am. Oh, it feels luxurious to be able to catch up on projects, get things back in order.
Actually spend more time with the kids.
Yeah.
And clean up all our messes that the boys make every day.
Things are in order, but not mom's order.
Oh, and there's a difference. We'll never wipe cabinets quite as good as you, or load the dishwasher as good as you.
Yeah, there's some recipes I've been just itching to make. Yeah.
So maybe I should just, people might not understand what we're talking about. You had the blessing, I would call it a blessing, of staying at home with our kids all throughout the years, up until our time of moving here because I couldn't work. So thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
So you put on your teacher pants, and
that was a blessing too. I got to meet parents, teachers, administrators, students that I would have not normally been associated with.
So
acquainted with, I guess is a better word.
Yeah, so you've taught, you were a para last year, and then you taught special ed at the high school this year. So that was
paraprofessional for short.
Yeah.
It's just teacher's aide or educational assistant.
So we've been, of course, you've been our sole income giver the last couple of years, which leads me to thank each and every one of you who have supported Amundson Family Music, whether it be on Patreon, whether it be on our Facebook subscriber group, or donations that you give us from our live streams. All of that, you have no idea how much that has helped our family in a situation that we're in where wasn't quite
ideal.
Ideal, yeah. And please continue, because we would love to keep up with the music and the podcasts, and we can do that because of your donations, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, and we pray that you're sowing into good soil. We think you are. We believe that.
So I think we're ready for a verse or two. I mean, not a verse. I do have a verse, but we're ready for a joke. Are you ready, Anna?
You mean 3 jokes?
Okay, here, come right into here, and I'll turn the mic. Hopefully that doesn't make a whole lot of sound. Come around this way. All right, what do you got for us?
Okay, so number 1. What did the frustrated cat say?
Frustrated cat. Okay, what did the frustrated cat say?
Are you kidding me right
You kidding me
Are
right
you-
Hit
now?
me right meow.
Oh,
meow? Are you
right,
kidding
meow.
me right meow?
For cat lovers, you will love that one.
Number 2. What do you call a parade of rabbits marching backwards?
Oh, I know that one.
A receding hairline.
Yeah.
A receding
Someone-
backwards
It was
hair.
funny. I had sung a song on Facebook last week, and it was a song by Don Williams, who traditionally wore a cowboy hat. And so someone commented on the video that, hey, you should have worn a hat. And I'm not sure whether it was to make me look like Don Williams or hide my receding hairline. So
Or
maybe,
because you needed a haircut.
or maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, last one. Why do an Ira? I told this one a while back to him. He loved it. I don't know why. Why do bees have such sticky hair?
Why do bees have such sticky hair? Okay, I don't know.
Because they use a honeycomb.
A honeycomb.
I was about to say a
A
haircut.
honeycomb, of course. Do you know what a honeycomb is? Cereal? Yeah.
Wait, no. No, because there's actually honeycombs.
Is there really?
The square things that have honey in them. And then,
Oh,
Octagon.
Oh, yeah,
Luxurious.
yeah.
Hexagon.
But it's also a cereal
yeah.
that you eat.
Yeah.
Thank you for those. We'll get you to come up and sing a song pretty soon.
Yeah.
So my appointment was in Oklahoma City this morning at 9 a.m. So we had to leave like 6:30. Drive there, and the appointment took about an hour. And then, would you explain where we went to after our appointment in Oklahoma City?
We went to the Oklahoma City Memorial, and it's a memorial of the bombing that happened in 85. The Alfred P. Murrah building was exploded. There was a bomb that a man, what was his name?
Timothy
McVeigh.
Yeah.
He put in a truck, he and another fellow, and it exploded in front of our government building, and thousands of people were killed. We read over 600 were injured but
How
survived.
many were killed? We might have to look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot. Enough. Too many.
Yeah, too many.
It was kind of a moving place to go visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like a reverence was there. There was quite a reverence.
There was. It was, yeah. We didn't go in and see
the
the museum
museum.
inside, but we could go outside and see all the,
The
things.
Memorial Park, the empty chairs. You're right. It wasn't quite 1,000
Yeah.
empty chairs.
I don't think so, no.
But I mean, one is too many.
Yeah, it was pretty devastating.
It was actual act of it was a hate crime against our federal government. It was a federal building.
So,
But I remember it's like when Elvis died or
I remember when Elvis died. My mom and I were driving, and I was young, of course. We were driving to Prince Albert, and the radio, CKBI radio, was on, and they announced that Elvis Presley had just died.
that That was early in the morning because I was on a school bus in Colorado. So that
Where
would
were
have
you when
been
Elvis
same
died?
time as you.
Yeah, put it in the comments. Where were you when Elvis died?
But I remember I was substituting at Oaktaha, and they announced over the intercom, and we turned on a TV monitor and saw it would have been the aftermath.
You mean the OKC bombing? Yeah.
Yeah, in 85. That's what I was doing. So yeah, that was quite something, quite somber.
So I have a verse that I'm going to read, and then Anna's going to come up and sing a song. Were you trying to say something? Well, come on over.
I'll use your mic, I guess. So, it kind of fits in what you guys were talking about, the place that you guys visited, but it was on 9/11.
Oh, yeah, very much like it.
Yeah. So, in 4th grade, we were celebrating. Well, not celebrating.
Remembering.
But, yeah, remembering 9/11. And one of my teachers in 4th grade, my homeroom teacher, she said her dad. Yeah, her dad, I'm pretty sure. He was in the triangle, or what was it called? The place that got bombed?
In the Twin Towers?
Twin
No.
Towers.
Wait, not 9/11 then. It was the plane crash, the big plane crash.
Oh, the Pentagon.
The Pentagon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was the Pentagon.
Yeah, that was the same day as the Twin Towers.
And he was like just working his normal job there. I forget what it was there. And he had his baseball, I'm pretty sure, baseball equipment in his car. And it got bombed there, like right where he was a Christian. And he said to my teacher that when that whole place, like his office, it got bombed right there. Or not bombed, but
Yeah, the crash.
Yeah, and all he was thinking about was, my car, it has my baseball equipment in there. It's gonna get ruined.
Oh. Some of the silly things we think about, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for that story.
So here I'm going to read from Ephesians 4 and starting with verse 1. I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called, with all lowliness and meekness and long-suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father, who is above all and through all and in you all. I'd love to keep reading, but I think that's where I'll stop. Bind us together, Lord, bind us together with cords that cannot be broken. Bind us together, Lord, bind us together, Lord, bind us together with love.
There is only one God. There is only one King. There is only one body. That is why I sing.
Bind us together, Lord, bind us together with cords that cannot be broken. Bind us together, Lord, bind us together, Lord, bind us together with love. Hey, thanks for fitting in here, and thank you all for listening. Thank you, Christina, for joining us tonight, and hopefully we can get this out and start doing them regular again,
Yeah.
and see you next time.
Bye.